Hey, you want to see something really cool I made out of junk? It's kind of a secret, so only you and me are going to know about it. Okay, potentially the whole world, but whatever. Follow me. Check it out. It's a wall safe. How cool is that? If you want to see how you can make one of these for just a couple of bucks, keep watching. Since I'm going to be making the safe out of wood, you're probably going to be wondering why wood instead of some thick, hardened steel. I actually even thought about buying a metal safe for the wall. But I thought about it. And any safe that's mounted in a wall can be easily removed with a pry bar, or you can get yourself one of these battery-powered Sawzall. You can cut the studs in a matter of minutes and rip the safe right out of the wall. So the value in having a safe is so that if a thief comes into your house, he doesn't know it's there. And if you have little kids in the house, you want to keep it locked so their little fingers don't break in.
Like these?
Like those. I found a suitable location where there were no electrical or water pipes. I begin by using my magnetic stud finder, which I made in a previous video called Why I Destroyed My Stud Finder. You can find that on my channel. Using a drywall saw, I'm poking it through the wall to the right of the stud. Cut towards the left until you hit the stud. This is where I put a mark and draw a vertical line. Then I draw the bottom and top horizontal lines. I'm cutting towards the right now to locate the stud on the right. Now I can completely cut out the opening for the desired size of the wall safe. Once I cut the hole in the wall, I measured the distance between the studs and I drew this little sketch. This is going to be the size of the box I'm going to put in the wall. Out to the shop where I'm going to cut the 4 sides to the box. I'm cutting them to a width just a little bit shy of the outside of the drywall. Then I deduct 1/4 of an inch to allow for the thickness of the back of the box. Before I assemble the box, I'm marking the holes for the shelf support clips. I made a mistake here, which I fixed later because I didn't allow for the 3/4 inch thickness of the front door. I said earlier that the safe cost me $5. I lied. Actually, it cost me $4.35 for the lock I purchased on Amazon. Everything else came from my stash of spare junk. I grabbed a scrap piece of wood to use for the backer and a 1-inch bit to cut the hole for the key lock. I found these 2 spare hinges I had, but I had to cut an inset in order to close the gap between the door and the side. Before applying the final color of paint, I always like to use a good paint primer. I think it provides a better finish and a stronger paint bond. Quick sanding to smooth out the roughness after the primer dries. I always save some of the original paint after a job, which is why I have this paint, which is the exact color of the surrounding walls. Not necessary, but I thought it was a good idea if they matched. After the paint dries, we finish assembling our safe. I'm putting a couple of washers here so that the front of the lock is flush with the front of the door. What I'm doing here is lining up the door in the final position and turning the lock with considerable pressure. This is going to leave an indentation in the wood where I mark a line. Then I drill these adjacent holes and cut the space in between the holes to form a groove. Now the lock will secure the door. I decided to mount the safe using 4 wood trim screws. They have a smaller head than regular screws. And I took out some of the shelf support brackets, and I'm going to mount the safe using a screw through this hole so that it'll remain hidden. To fill the gap between the hole in the wall and the safe, I'm using paintable caulk, which I'll touch up after it dries. If you've ever tried to paint on top of silicone caulk, you know that's like oil and water. Now the safe is installed and ready to be put to work, hiding your cash and keeping your things safe like prescription drugs and that chocolate you don't want people to get into, all tucked away behind this original Van Gogh painting. So that project didn't take me very long. In fact, I finished it in 1 weekend. Give it a try for yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to AlleyPicked, and if you want to be notified when future videos are released, click on the bell. Until next time, I'll meet you in the alley.